Hi, welcome to Boot 2020 here in Düsseldorf. Today we've got a really exciting look round this amazing special edition Brabus Marine Shadow 500 cabin. This boat's based on an Axopar 28 cabin model, modified by Brabus with the additional carbon fibre strengthening in the hull, allowing the fitment of much larger engines. So the standard boat will take up to a pair of twin 200 6-cylinder engines, and the Shadow boat here then has the 250 V8 engine launched by Mercury last year. It's a fantastic package. The engines really match the boat well. It was launched originally as a T-top, and then back in Monaco in September last year at the Yacht show, Brabus brought to market the cabin version here you see before us. Striking looking boat. This particular one is finished in a gunmetal. There are options also in grey, black, white. The boat can either be in a painted finish, or there will be gel coat options as well. Twin step hull. With these engines she's running around 54 knots, and where you really notice with these V8 engines is the mid-range torque. So rather than being a high-end race outboard where all the power comes at the top of your RPM, these have got loads of mid-range. So if it's a rough day and you need the power to balance the boat on and off the rough waves, it really does settle into its stride very well. Very sharp point of entry here on the nose, as with all Axopar derived hulls. Creates a lot of natural bow lift, so very little use for the trim tabs. Rides very flat. Cruising speed, obviously with a top speed in excess of 50 knots. This boat's very happy cruising in the mid-30s and can cover ground very quickly. Moving from a T-top to the cabin here just allows a little bit more practicality in Northern Hemisphere. If you want something to use in all weathers, it's very much no canopies. Just shut the doors. You've got the option for a heating system to give all year round usage, and you've still got the benefit of a full opening centre sunroof to allow natural light ventilation in when the weather allows. The boat, as you see here in front of us, is around 316,000 euros, including 19% German tax, so very competitively priced against the high-end ribs and other walk-around boats that you see on the market today. Let's head on up and take a look inside. So you'll notice immediately on the back here, the engine's launched, as I say, by Mercury last year. This is a V8, 4.4 litre V8, 250 horsepower, which is the non-supercharged version of what you see on the Shadow 900. So normally aspirated engine. Lovely little V8 burble when it first starts up, but it settles down into a nice noise that doesn't become overbearing when you're running. Just reminding you all the time though that it does have a pair of throaty V8s on the back when you bury those throttles. Lovely hand finished black paint with the Brabus detailing. You obviously see the Brabus logos on the side of the engines here instead of the Mercury standard logos. This particular boat has the option for the day cruiser aft cabin package here, which gives a second double bed, allowing weekending away with basic toilet facilities. Have these aft lockers both sides of the cockpit, handy for storing ropes and fenders, with a pull out hand shower there and an emergency bilge pump. Of course S-Tech decking throughout, with the detailing here with a pinstripe running through, so very Very eye-catching with the addition of the LED side deck lights there. You can see Brabus logos throughout, so really noticeable. The theme running through the boat from bow to stern. Black painted rails, so stainless steel with a black finish. Really moody looking boat. So unique to Axopar hulls here was the offset seating in the bow, which gives a lot more working deck space. There's still plenty of room to sit when at anchor. There's a table that sits in the 2 sockets there on the floor, which also drops down with a filling cushion to make a sun pad. We look up in the bow here, we have the option for an electric anchor winch, as this boat has. Controls there tucked away, everything falls to hand. It's still being thought out with practicality in mind. So we have a centerline cabin here, forward facing windscreen, throwing the water off when running at speed. Great visibility all round. Panoramic glass throughout, so great for keeping watch when you're running at speed or when the weather's not so nice. Front of the console here, you can see this climbing heads compartment. So we have a centerline toilet, electric flush with a small waste tank, main breakers over there, port side of the boat. Again, Brabus detailing with these quilted carpet, removable panels, so detailing on the mirror, LED lighting, and the sink, and even on the stair treads here. Lovely finish here on the inside of the doors. So detailing is everywhere. The more you get on this boat, you start to appreciate why this costs so much more than what is already a very good base product from Axopar themselves. Looking up top here, you can see a centerline lighting goalpost with the remote control spotlight up top there, and then a Simrad broadband radar. You'll see the AV package has a premium setup here, so we've got speakers throughout the boat, large subwoofer and amplifier, water obviously amplifying sound very well, so it does sound awesome when you're in the water. We've got these large glass windows here either side of the aft cabin option, letting natural light downstairs. There is access in under the cushion there in the middle, but when we go inside in a minute you'll see how the seat lifts up. So red quilted Silvertex upholstery here, exclusive to the Brabus line of boats. Of course, harbour covers to allow you to store in position when you've left the boat in port. And then you'll notice both sides of the cabin here, these large sliding side doors. Practical touch to allow in and out access to the cabin. You're running short-handed, just perhaps with one person on board. It's easy to step out here directly from the helm, centerline rope onto the pontoon, and you're away. So, take a look at the helm. Of course, we have Brabus's signature multifunction steering wheel, giving control for the bow thruster, trim tabs, AV and some of the nav kit. Everything there is on the wheel, so no need to take your hands off when you're running. Obviously Mercury's digital throttle and shift system, so one finger in and out of gear, and then we have these twin navigation displays to facilitate engine gauges here, and of course GPS and radar function. Lovely LED switches here on the dash, and hard to show with the camera, but this is all exposed weave carbon fibre. It's beautiful. High gloss lacquer finish. Just as with every hand-built Brabus car, you can see the detailing everywhere throughout this boat. So she has Webasto diesel heating fitted, which obviously makes the boat practical in the not so warmer climates. red quilted stitching here on the seats, Brabus detailing, and again exposed weave here on the carbon fibre handles. High quality carpet, feels great under your feet. Excuse me. And you see on the footrest here, again, Brabus logos. So if you imagine standing here at the helm, panoramic view as mentioned before is great, whether you're running with the doors open or closed. Obviously the back seat's in harbour mode at the moment, but your visibility is great. And then above us you'll see this large expanse opening electric roof. So it's one touch open or closed. It just allows instant sunshine and ventilation when the weather allows, but also you can close off when the weather's not so good. LED feature lighting throughout, so we've got lights and speakers here in the main cabin, and then say on this boat with the optional day cruiser aft cabin package, we have this double bed tucked under the cockpit sole. So whether you run with a open cockpit in the aft, a wet bar, or the optional double here, the boat does then become very usable as a weekender. So we've got a climb down centre step there in the middle, and then a good 6'6" double centerline berth. With the hatch at the far end there in the roof, it does allow you to put water sports equipment in here if you're just using it as a store. Battery switches falling to hand here, and again with the LED feature lighting, it's a bright and airy space. The bench seat here, the aft end of the cabin, obviously stores up in the ceiling here when it's not needed, and then drops into position when you're running. So you've got comfortable seating for 5 people in here, a helm and co-pilot up forward, and then the 3 across the back. These 2 seats of course can spin around in port, and we just undo these clips. I'll show you what's hiding underneath. So co-pilot seat reveals a lovely deep pool box, and as part of the water package on board with the transom shower outside and the toilet in the cabin forward, you've also got the sink here, somewhere to wash up your glasses. So just taking a last look round here on the decks. Illuminated Brabus logos here, so exquisite to detail. It really is a class above anything else in this market segment, whether you're running as a chase boat to a large yacht, something to keep outside your holiday home in Sandbanks, or down in the Med to accompany your villa. It really does suit a multitude of uses, whether you go with the cabin layout here or the T-top open boat. I have to say, one of the most exciting boats I've driven in recent years. It's very well balanced, never feels sketchy on the edge even when you're running at speed. Very much you can take your hands off the wheel even flat out, 50+ knots, no chime riding at all. Very, very confidence inspiring for people perhaps that don't have extensive experience, but for those that have tried it all, still a real weapon to drive. My name is James.lumley from the Brabus Marine London Group Limited. I'm based in our Southampton office in Swanwick Marina, where we usually have a selection of Brabus and Axopar product to view on site. We also supply our Brabus product in certain other European countries, so if you'd like to find out more about that, I'd urge you to get in touch. My phone number is +44 7747 686 587, or my email is james@brabusmarinelondongroup.com. I hope you've enjoyed the tour here today, and if you'd like to find more in terms of pricing, photos, test reports, or anything else specifically related to the boat or anything else in the Brabus range, please get in touch.